Hi everyone, welcome to Hunter Gatherer Cooking. Today I am privileged. I'm joining Freya from Freya Forages, and I'm at the Jack Russell Inn, if you can see it in the background there. And today we're going to do some foraging. So some people are hunters, some people are gatherers, some people are both, but today we're going to be doing some gathering. I don't know what to expect. Hopefully find some tasty mushrooms. I've brought some meat with me. We're going to do some cooking afterwards, but I cannot wait to meet Freya and find out what this place has to offer.
So I think it might be a little washed out, maybe lurid, I don't know. We'll have to spend time with the books later. We've got another little baby, but you can see the paws here. So this is in the Bolete family, and you can tell because it's got paws rather than, let's say on that one, which has gills. But you can see with like a little bit, when you touch them, they change colour. Ready? And it turns blue. And so that's oxidation. With most of these boletes, like the rule is, to keep you safe from being poisoned, is red and blue will make you spew. And that's referring to obviously this blue staining, but also any other sort of red on the cap or on the stem. I'm not actually seeing any red on there, so I don't think it's that poisonous, but there are several different types. Could be iodine. Have a smell of that, see if you get any iodine. They all, yeah. I've got my little book, so it'll come with us, but so can you see here on the stem, this like network pattern? So that's called reticulation. And that's a nice ID feature. See when I have a feel of that, and when you feel that, you see what I mean by soft compared to the really firm ones. Yeah. So I'm gonna have this one. Lovely, beautiful little fresh one. And we'll take that back and do some ID when we've stopped having fun and running around. Aren't they lovely though?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, see that red?
Yeah.
And it has got that reticulation. I want to sit down on my books for a while with that sort of clay coloured cap. Oh, I'm not sure what I get from that. See that red line there?
Yeah.
I think it's a lurid. That's a really good eater. Damn it. I haven't got a big enough basket. There's a load that could make you ill, but there's also a load that could make you ill and kill you if you know, immunocompromised, weak, sick. So stuff to be aware of. You just don't want to be ill in general, really.
No.
But the ones that will kill you, really, really easy to identify. There are some rules as well, which will keep you away from the worst mushrooms out there.
Right.
So anything with white gills, leave it alone. And that's a really good start. You will miss out on a load of really good edibles, but you'll also not die. I never usually die, so that's my stick. Some chicken on now. There's no chicken, but there are some other ones I want to show you. So, another cute little cracking bolete. But these are amazing. These are called spindle shanks, I think. And these are a type of mushroom that rots down wood. So there's loads of different types of mushrooms and they grow in different ways. There's ones that grow with trees, like a mycorrhizal relationship where they sort of look out for each other. And then you've got ones that are breaking down wood, you've got parasitic ones. This is one that breaks it down. So I'm gonna ask you to smell this.
Really strong, aren't they?
What do you get? I get like Earl Grey tea. Smell under the gills.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's fruity. I just love smelling mushrooms. Initially people are like, it smells like mushroom or it smells like dirt, and you're like, kind of, yes.
There is a difference.
But there is nuance to it, and you're going to start picking it out as we go along.
I feel like I'm an expert now.
Good, well done.
Yeah.
But it's like looking at the gills. So you can see these are really big, widely spaced gills. And that's a really nice ID feature. If you look at some of the other mushrooms we've picked already, really tight gills next to each other. So this is the thing, and you're like, oh, I happen to know this is a spindle shank because it's super easy to ID because of the stem, the way that it attaches to the top of the mushroom, and this long fibrous bit. And they can get really quite long. You can get a spike down the bottom that goes like that. I think this is Maripolis. Something this one in here. So there's some little baby ones. So this is called a blackening polypore. Have you ever heard of chicken of the woods?
Yeah.
Look at that. This is very, very similar. So when we say polypore, we mean it's growing on wood, not necessarily dead wood. People say dead or dying wood, but it can be, like this tree's fine, it's just got a minor infection of this. But pores, so if we're looking at the undersurface, we'll see it's got many, many, many tiny little pores, and that's where this, it's called the, was it the hymenophore? It's the hymenophore where they're reproducing, where they're dropping their spores from. And completely edible, with caveats. They do get really big and they can start getting really tough as they get big and a bit indigestible. This is a really young, fresh baby. You can see it's really juicy, and you can use that as you would chicken of the woods, as you would any other mushroom. So you can saute it, you can dry it, powder it. It does go black very, very quickly. So I'll put this in the basket and you'll see how it blackens where it's been touched, which is a bit of a bummer, but doesn't really affect it in any other way other than it looks a bit ugly. I wouldn't expect to see on a log with like oysters and things, because they tend to outcompete everything on the log. These are really punchy. So this is a birch, dead birch tree, and this is a birch polypore. Really nice fresh one, and have a feel of that. It feels amazing.
Wow.
I just love it. And
pretty firm, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is super, super useful. Ouch. So there was a man found in the Alps called Ötzi, and dead man, and he was found in the ice. He'd been there for about 5,000 years, and he had 2 mushrooms on him, and he had one of these around his neck, and he had a tinder fungus, which I'll show you in a bit. And this one is a really medicinal mushroom. Nettles are just my worst bugbear, really. It's so upsetting that people just don't eat them, because they're so good for you. Everyone can identify a nettle.
Yeah.
If it stings you, it's a nettle. They're free and super abundant, so it's incredibly upsetting. But the thing about stings is it's not hurting you, it just sucks. And you've just got to get around that. So the sting, the reason it stings you is it's because it's covered in these little hairs, and these hairs are basically like hypodermic needles, and they, at the base of each hypodermic needle, they contain a form of acid and a serotonin and a histamine. So when you brush them the right way, they get through your skin and inject that cocktail, and it causes this rash. Had someone who said they were allergic to nettles. So funny, on a walk they said they're allergic to nettles and they can't touch them, because if they touch them they get a rash.
Right.
Everyone gets a rash. So funny. Oh, I have some of those flower buds though. So you can just use them for garnish, and they are, so these are post flowered, they're closing up. These are going to be seeds, but they've still got loads and loads of flavour, and they're really pretty and purple. Oh.
Wow.
What is that? I think it's a... Oh, no way. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I thought it was a milk cap. Or... Right, that's coming back. Because you can see on top it's got these like concentric circles.
Yeah.
So there's a milk cap called the saffron milk cap. See? An orange. So I was expecting that to leak an orange carrot coloured milk, and it hasn't. Which is quite frustrating. So yeah, there's, what is it? Lactarius deliciosa. Or there's another one which looks very similar called Lactarius deuteramus. And one's good and one's shite. But anyway, so much fun. There's nothing more fun than playing Mushroom CSI when you get your books and have a look. So I thought, yeah, fascinating. Because on these young ones, you've got that in-rolled edge, which is saying Lactarius. See there, where it rolls in? So like all these down here. So if you wanted me to tell you what I thought these were, sending me a picture of the top of the mushroom like that is like sending me the picture of the top of someone's head and asking me who it is. I don't know. But I need more than that. So the top is some information, and I'm really happy to get a picture of that as well. But top, location, so a picture of it in situ so I can see what it's growing on. A picture of the side profile so you can see the gills and how they attach to the stem. From the underside as well is really important, so you can see more information about the gills, because sometimes you get different layers of them, how thickly spaced they are, yeah. And you can also see, which is quite nice on some of them, whether there's been some residue left from the spores, because spore prints and the colour of the spores is a really useful way of identifying mushrooms. It won't tell you exactly which mushroom it is, but it'll help you narrow it down to family, which is nice to know. So this one, I can't remember what this one is either. Have a smell, some type of yeah. So people consider this like a starvation food. Oh, I haven't got my powder with me. So this is daldinia, also known as King Alfred's cakes, also known as cramp balls, and you can't eat it.
Ah.
But the reason you might like it is because, so you see, it's called King Alfred's cakes. Like King Alfred burnt the cakes. Looks like a burnt shit cake. Ow! See, that's the nettle stinging me when I wasn't expecting it. That hurt. So these are used for carrying fire.
Oh, right.
And you dry them out a little bit. These are quite dry. Sometimes you get some that are really young and quite moist, and you'd have to dry them out a bit first. But they're used as tinder, or carrying fire from place to place. So if you have a campfire and you're moving camp, you can put a little ember on there, and it will really slowly keep burning, and it will burn for a really, really long time.
So you don't light that as such then?
You put a little ember on it, and it will just keep smouldering. And then when you get to wherever you're going, you put some kindling on it, blow it, and then you'll get your fire. Or you can use them as hand warmers, so you can just like put your little hand on top with the little ember, and it'll keep your hands warm.
Right, nice.
But everything's the sort of aniseedy, celery. Oh, that smells great. Smell that. Yeah, really nice, right? So go on then. So you can use them in stocks and things. Oh, those are fantastic. So these are the seeds from that. So these are a spice. So I've got a little pot of them.
I saw those.
So I collect these because they're so bloody handy. But I'm going to give you one to try, and I want you to have an open mind, because it is a spice, and it's like if I gave you a bit of a stick of cinnamon and you ate that, you're very, very unlikely to say, that's delicious, can I have the rest of the cinnamon? Like the rest of the stick, because no one wants to eat a whole stick of cinnamon. So you want to bite all the way through it, and then you want to have a taste of that flavour. You can do more, but you're going to want to spit them out because it's strong flavour. Imagine eating like a cardamom pod. You're not going to want to eat it all, but it's just getting an idea of that flavour.
It is strong, isn't it?
Yeah. What sort of flavours are you getting? Mr. Cook Chef now.
God knows.
Do you want me to give you some pointers?
Go on.
So if I say orange peel.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Like cardamom and like coriander seed.
Am I supposed to spit this out?
Yeah, you can do. You can eat it. It's not going to do any harm. It's just strong. But you can use that in so many things. So if you think of like mulled wine, you could use that as a mulled wine.
So the walk's over now. Freya is absolutely amazing. Her knowledge is incredible. We're going to head over to one of the barns now and cook something up. So I've brought the barbecue and some steak and some venison and things like that along. So let's see what we can whip up together. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you are enjoying the channel, then please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you soon for the next review.